Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, I'm going to be just showing off my portfolio and of course talking about some recent moves in the stock market, some major movements of course with the individual stocks as well, and then I'll be talking about my predictions for the future and what I think will be happening with the stock market in the upcoming weeks or so. So if you do enjoy videos like these where I provide like a daily update on my stock portfolio, in addition to talking about some of my predictions for the future and stuff like that, then please make sure to smash that like button, drop a like on this video. It really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new, feel free to subscribe as well. But anyways, back on to the main topic, which is our portfolio today. As you can see, we got a nice $2,300 gain in the normal market hours. And then of course, we just entered the after hours, in which it's at plus 0.01% right now. But that really doesn't tell us exactly where the general direction is going for the after hours. As we know, after hours can be a little bit volatile sometimes. But as you can see, a positive day, and today was a nice rebound day considering how we had that big crash last week where it went down over 5%. So we really needed a day like today to restore our faith in the stock market and to just get us to not worry as much as we have been about, of course, if there is going to be a second wave of the Rona, if the stock market is going to crash again, and if there's going to be a recession. So there's a lot of worry right now, especially with the talk of the second wave. If that does happen, obviously it's going to be terrible for the world. But I kind of wonder how the stock market is going to react if it does happen once again, because the problem with it the first time around was that there was really a big unknown factor to all of that, and we didn't know how long we would have to stay under lockdown. We didn't know how long it would take for all of the cases to start clearing out and thinning out as we were in lockdown. And with the transitioning to a new way of life to avoid the virus, such as working at home from now on instead of actually going into work, I know that Twitter actually told a lot of their employees that they can stay at home permanently to work at home. So with the first wave of the Rona, we definitely had a lot of experiences and we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't know how we were going to deal with it. And we really had to adapt our way of life in terms of the lockdown and stuff like that. Obviously, a lot of people lost their jobs, which was terrible, of course, and it's really hurt our economy. But I feel like that was the really bad thing about the first wave of the Rona, was just the simple fact that there was a lot of unknown aspects to it, that we didn't know how it would affect the economy. Obviously, we knew that businesses would close down and stuff like that, but we didn't know to what extent it would negatively affect the economy. And there was just a lot of unknown factors and uncertainty. And when there's uncertainty and unknown within the stock market, that's usually around the time where people become fearful, and sometimes a crash does happen because of that, as people start panic selling and doing many things because they're starting to get afraid of what's going to happen in the next upcoming weeks or so. So there was a lot of unknown factors in the first wave that really, I think, propelled the stock downwards and caused it to go lower and lower. So with the second wave, at least, I feel like one positive side to this is that there isn't really an unknown factor. The worst case scenario of this second wave is that it lasts longer than the first wave and we may end up having to stay on lockdown even longer. And at this point, I don't even know if they're going to lock down the whole United States. I feel like at this point they would tailor specifically each state, each governor would decide which state could stay on lockdown and make up all of those rules. That way, it really just pretty much relies on the governors and stuff like that. So on a positive note, if there is a second wave of the Rona, which I really hope there isn't, but if there is, on a good side at least, I feel like people are going to be less fearful because we've already had experiences with the first lockdown. And there's also a lot of individuals that are really regretting missing out on this V-shaped recovery right here. So at least with the second upcoming wave, if there is one, like I said, then there's also going to be a lot of people that are mad that they missed out on the recovery last time. So instead of panic selling like they did before, they may actually just hold their stocks long term and then also buy the dip as well for some nice profits to take advantage of people panicking in the stock market right now. So in terms of the Rona situation, and if there is another second wave in the future, then those are some aspects to take into consideration. I feel like the first round was definitely scary because people didn't know what to expect and they didn't know how we would respond to it. But at least now we have some experience. It's not like a first experience coming up where we're going to just totally have to adapt to everything. At least now we have a little bit of experience that we can draw back on and reference if we have to deal with another problem with the Rona situation. So those are definitely some aspects to take into consideration. But overall, as you can see, the stock market did solid today. It did pretty well. The NASDAQ is up 1.93%. That's more focused on tech stocks and the stuff that I like to invest into, like Microsoft and Apple and stuff like that. So we had a significant green day for VOO, which was actually a surprise. And it kind of makes me question the whole legitimacy of futures, because I was looking at futures at like 7 a.m. this morning and it was at like minus 2%. So today I was really expecting a huge negative day. I was expecting like another minus 5% day. But as you can see, I mean, we started out pretty low. At 9:30 a.m. it was minus 1.73. So I guess that was pretty correct in terms of the futures. And then we got a lot more activity in the market the farther we went on into the day. But yeah, as you can see, about 9:35 a.m. we hit the bottom for today, which was at minus 1.96%. That was about negative $1,600. And then it started recovering and going higher and higher up ever since that point in time until we hit the 4 p.m. marker, which enters after hours. But we got a nice 2.82% gain today, which is about $2,300. Then we also have the after hours gains as well, which puts us at about $2,400 in stock market gains just today. And a lot of that is definitely thanks to Tesla stock. So with this, we'll go ahead and break down our major holdings within their portfolio, the gains and losses for today. No losses, even counting the free stocks as well, so that's kind of a surprise. But like I said, VOO is up 0.96% today. That's just like the general stock market trend. So VOO is actually doing pretty well for today so far. That's a significant move for VOO, considering that it's one of those that only gains about 10% per year. And then, of course, the NASDAQ as well, up about 2%. Definitely significant. There's definitely a big tech focus on in terms of growth, as you can see with Apple and Microsoft and even Tesla. There is some tech factor to Tesla as well. But this huge move upwards is thanks to some other news. But anyways, jumping onto our breakdown of Microsoft stock, as you can see, I own 195 shares. It takes up about 44% of my portfolio. My market value investment in this is about $37,000. And today's gains were plus 0.81%, which is about $300. And in total, we got a nice 10.44% gain today, which is about $3,500 for the total return. So I'm very satisfied with Microsoft, and I can't wait to see it grow in the future. I feel like it could easily hit $200 soon. But I'm definitely happy with that stock. It's performing very well for me. And then, of course, Tesla. This is the one that saved the day. I really did not expect it to be going back up to 1,000 this fast. I thought maybe it would linger around $900, $800, and a lot of volatility in that price range. But unexpectedly, today it absolutely skyrocketed, and that's due to some various news when it comes to the registrations of Tesla vehicles in China, I believe, and then there's some other factors as well, where I think the UK actually enabled Tesla to create their own battery generation areas in the UK and generate that power to the grid. So they actually gave Tesla the go-ahead as an energy source in the UK. So that's a big deal. And as you can see right here, I currently own 34 shares, takes up about 40% of my portfolio. I'm very happy with this stock. And today's return is about 6%, which is about $1,900 in gains. And in total, we are at plus 18.16%, which is about plus $5,179. And I'm just very satisfied with this stock. I really don't know what else to say, because this is one of those that I expect to do well, but it's one of those days where it just, that irregularity of plus 6%, you usually don't see that sort of movement with a lot of stocks out here. You don't see plus 6, plus 7%. Tesla was at plus 17% one time earlier this year. And this is just one of those that has the potential to be a big mover sometimes. And sometimes it's on the most random days. And also, I feel like you know, we had such a huge recovery today because so many people were trying to take advantage of it at the early $900 price tag. So I think a lot of people did buy the dip on Tesla. And like I said, it is one of those volatile stocks that when people do buy the dip, for the long term, you know, the general long-term trend is that Tesla is nearing all-time highs, and that's what it's doing right now with this number. But anyways, I'm very satisfied with Tesla, a fantastic company. And then, of course, we have Apple stock finally. We are at 42 shares right now, average cost of about 286, portfolio diversity, so it means it takes up about 17% of my portfolio, and we have about a $14,400 market value. For today's return, we have plus 1.24%, which is about a $176 gain, and then for the total return, we're about at a 20% gain, so that's about $2,400. So every single stock in my portfolio is performing very well right now. At least if another stock market crash does happen in the future, I do have some cushion space with like the plus 20% on Apple, plus 10% on Microsoft, and then I'd say around plus 10% on Tesla, actually around 20% on Tesla. So I do have some cushion space to where if there is another crash, I may not go in the negative. I may actually just lose the gains that I've gotten so far. So that's the kind of good thing when you can kind of build some space between the position that you're at right now in terms of gains compared to just your baseline investment price. So the farther above you can keep your portfolio value above just the baseline investment price, then it gives you more leeway when there is a stock market crash. So I'm definitely excited to see what happens with the rest of this week. With it starting out with a bullish Monday, I'm kind of excited to see where we go, especially with the stock market being so crazy and bullish lately. We've had a few volatile negative days as well, but overall, I'm just really excited to see what happens with this stock market. It's just one of the most interesting things in the world, in my opinion, and it gives me something to look at every day and motivated to get up and check my stocks and to make more money to invest in stocks. So this really does get me excited. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button. And also, if you're new, feel free to sign up to Robinhood and Webull with my referral link. And if you sign up with my link, then we'll both get some free stocks. Here are just a few examples of some of the free stocks that you can get. It's nice passive income, so regardless, it just takes a few minutes to sign up and you get free money. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.